And this won't try to do an actual deploy. I have the deploy set up when I do a release in GitHub. Okay, why are you saying 4 or 5? All 5 are checked. Okay, so I'm going to close the issue. Move you to done. And that's our first thing done today. All right, well, we started the day with 10 more things in ready, and now we have 13. So that's a good that's good, right? Let's see, update login to purchase button design. Okay, so this is the design for it. Okay, so forgot to mention the button with the green arrow, login to purchase, feels a bit awkward, I think. Maybe it's location. Also, it feels off that it says login to purchase. Take note how Udemy handles this. So it's like I can't tell. I'm confused by Udemy's design for here, because like I see try a personal plan for free, but also buy this course. I didn't log in, but the button says buy this course, even though you have to log in to do that. Okay, so maybe I just want to buy in the course and then it sends me to log in. Okay. Yeah, we could change the name of that. So to recreate locally here, I'm not logged in. We go to any, I have to go to one where it's like a preview. So instead of log in to purchase, we just have buy this course, which I want to say is actually in, which side did I put that in? It's in the course access article. Okay, there was our navigate to login here, but I want to actually see the button now. Okay, so BB course content has this on click purchase, which means that it's in here. Course content, which I think we were just at. Okay, here it is. Log in to purchase. So create, oh, buy this course. How about? Okay, so if I just change that, come back to here. Oh, this is, I need to set this back appropriately. Okay, so that's using YC, local YCL. So, okay, rebuilt. Now I buy this course, and this takes me to login when it works locally. Perfect. Okay, well, that's that. Was there anything else? Yeah, so I think we'll just stick with this right now. With the buy this course, and I'll wait to see if we can get more feedback on it. But I'm happy with this one. So let's go ahead and YCL needs to be updated. So let's see, updated wording. That should still be the exact same thing here. Buy this course, okay. We're still on deployed version, so okay, so deployed. Now if I hit refresh, you're now buy this course. Excellent. So takes you back there and we're good to go. Are you gonna move over? Are you done? You're done. Okay. Update LMS description. Okay. Yes, this is a simple, another simple one. We have don't forget to update this text in the home if you plan to include other courses and not just Rust, like Docker, for instance. So we have here, welcome to Brooks Builds Learning. Here you can find high quality education, education first courses on Rust. So we need I need a new thing for that. Copy is not my strong suit, and unfortunately, I could use ChatGPT for this, and maybe I will outside of this and play around with it. We could also set up and use Olama because I haven't done that in a while. Right, so I have Mistral 7B, so we can try that one. Just update that and pull it in again. And we'll see if we can get this to print out something nice for us, or at least something better than what I have right now. So Olama, if you're not familiar with it, it's an open source. It's trying to be sort of like similar to Docker interface for pulling down and managing multiple AI LLM models locally on your own system. And you don't have to use video card stuff for it. So I'm on a Mac here. It's going to use Metal for it, which is better than CPU if you're like on a Windows system or a Linux system, but it's not as good as an actual graphics card if I had like an NVIDIA 4090 or whatever. If I had one of those, it'd be so much better, but I don't have it. However, a 7B is not going to be that taxing. If I wanted to pull like a 7DB, that would be a different story altogether, which I can technically run on this system. It's just really slow. And I actually don't know if it's very good because of how slow it is. Okay, so if I remember how to do this, I can just do Olama run. And this is going to drop me into a chat interface with it. I don't have any custom message or what is it called? There's like a custom special message that you can use in it, which I forget what it is. I haven't really been paying attention to LMs recently. I do want to make some applications with this because it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And there's an API that you can use with Olama. Okay, so I am creating a LMS. I guess I shouldn't say tutorials. That might sound about programming courses. Currently, there are 2 courses. I don't know. I'm not really a good prompt engineer, so we're going to try this. That's not even close. It's not even close. Okay, well, I'll get the dots in here. I guess I have another window open with ChatGPT. I'm going to just go there. Which, of course, I'm not logged into this one. Happy Ashar. Hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so I'm in here now. I can go to ChatGPT 4. I can take you. And I have to get rid of all the little dots. I also misspelled encompasses. Okay, let me try this. Let's see what it comes up with. Scott, hello. How are you doing today? You finally bought the rest book, $50 later, infinitely smarter. Nice. How is the rest book? The actual like the Rust book, or is it one of the other Rust books? Because there's multiple Rust books. And some of them you can read online too. Okay, how about this for a new subtitle? Welcome to Brooks Builds Learning. Here you can dive into high-quality education-first programming courses covering Rust, Docker, and more, designed to help build your expertise from the ground up. This version keeps the focus on quality. Okay, yeah, I like that. Let's bring this over here, and then we can maybe do some minor changes to it. Now, I think this is on the home page. Yeah, here it is right here. So BB Hero, here's our text. So I just want to put you in here. Welcome to Brooks Builds Learning. Here you can dive into high quality education first programming courses, covering a range of topics, including Rust, Docker, and more. Designed to build your expertise from the ground up. I do like that, but I feel like that was a run-on sentence, and I could maybe like have like another thing here. Oh, the Rust Programming Language 2021 edition. You can read online. I am up to chapter 7, but the real book is just easier for you to read, I guess because you're old. I totally understand that. And I'm with you there. I actually do have a few different books that I've bought multiple times, like one for online reading and then one for in-person reading. And it is easier. I have to agree with that. Something I haven't seen it myself, but one of my friends purchased a e-ink display, like a full monitor that's e-ink, as opposed to, you know, LCD. And it is really interesting looking and sounding. And he claims that it's really easy to read on. So I don't know. I think they're still a little bit expensive right now because not very many people purchase it. It's very much a niche audience. But if that makes it like easier to read or easier to see, and it's not too bad of a refresh rate for at least non-gaming purposes, I might be interested in trying it out, especially for programming stuff. And the highlighter works better with a book, and you don't have to clean your screen as much. Yeah, that's true. Hopefully, you don't have to clean the book as much. Okay, so welcome to Brooks Builds Learning. Here you can dive into high-quality education-first programming courses covering a range of topics, including Rust, Docker, and more. The courses are designed to build your expertise from the ground up. How about that? That will be good for right now. If we come back to this, we'll go home, and there we go. That's what it looks like. which I think this is fine. So that's a simple one. Let's go ahead and get this deployed out. There we go. As a visitor, I want to learn more about Brooks builds and the LMS. Okay, so this one is the About Us is the place where you explain why your website is different to any other with similar content. Yeah, and I don't have an About Us, so that's something we need to figure out. Can I not edit this? Yeah, edit. Okay, what do we want to do? We need to design an okay, we need to research research About Us pages. Create a design, build About Us page. I'm surprised. Okay, it's interesting. When I first log in here, then it show I have to refresh to get the little 3 tasks to show up. So when I log in and save, it doesn't like sort of update to say, hey, you have 3 tasks that are necessary for this. So About Us, I don't really know any good ones right now. Do any of you know of any good About Us pages? I guess like the first one we can take a look at because we already looked at not Unity, it's what's I keep on mixing up with Unity. It's Udemy. Do you have an About Us page? You don't. Oh, instead your About Us is basically right here. Oh, you do have an About Us page. It's down here. Yes, okay, so I would need, what would I put on this? I don't have any images to use. Or at least I don't know of any good ones to use right now. And I think that's probably why I didn't design one. Is because I need to figure out what the copy is. And then just random photos. I could put photos of the cat, but I don't think that's helpful. Ire, hello. How are you doing today? Okay, so let's imagine that this is going to be our About Us. We're gonna have Hugh. We're gonna have our title page, like our navigation that we have up here. So I'd throw it up here. It would also go into the footer. Twisted Seed, hello. How are you? We'll probably want like a title. So now for this one, I have that in the center. So I basically have a hero like this. Maybe I'll do like Brooks Builds About Us. Or maybe just About Us. And I want a couple different things. Okay, so I want maybe a section. It's like, what is Brooks Builds? And then we have just a bunch of you're probably a little bit too much for this. Probably like one paragraph at most. Now, the best one would also give me an actual image that I can use. That would put up something like this. Do you go every other one? You do go every other one, which so I've seen this pattern a lot where it's like image on the right, image on the left, image on the right, image on the left. I've seen that pattern a lot. So like I could come down here and do this one now. And so okay, so we have like what is Brooks Builds? We have what makes us different. And then if I had one more, that could be good. Somebody was knocking on our door. I don't think I need to go talk to them though. It looks like a solicitor. Okay, yeah. I think it's solicitor, so I will not worry about that right now. Okay, so what is Brooksfield? What makes us different? And then maybe another one here can be what course is. I mean, it could just be those two. Let's just do those two because I can't think of a third one right now. So if I do this now, images I'm a little bit concerned about because I don't know any good ones. It looks to me like Udemy is using actual customer images or images from various talks that they've been involved in, which makes a lot of sense. I'll want to use an image of myself, like at the maybe the first one, but for anything else, I'm not really sure about. I could potentially use a different image for what is it called? What is it called when you're just buying images that are very like generic? They're like $10 each, right? Or something. I've never actually done that before. I've never looked and like seen what those images are. So I'll have to think about those specifically. If I just create a section for it, it could be very similar to this actually. And it also makes me wonder, what if I put our about us here? What if I did that instead of an about us? Let's experiment. So in the LMS, okay, here we have that we have this card list. Community cards data. Okay, so we have this. Oh, that's community. Okay, hold on. Community driven. Okay, so. Oh, because you're a cards. This is a cards list. And this wouldn't be a list of cards. I would potentially add in. I wouldn't want another hero. I could do a title. So if I throw a title on here, we'll have a level. This would have to be 2, I think, because this is a 1. This is, okay, these are 2s. And in here, we're going to throw in. Oh, Scott, when I get a chance, look at the case you made for your new computer. It's on the Discord server under general. Yeah, let's. Okay, you just want to show Tupperware case. Oh, interesting. Okay. You actually did make a case for a computer in Tupperware. How's the heat? That's a cool looking keyboard. It's like a split keyboard, but like all in one case too. That's pretty nice. I guess like the only thing I would worry about that is the heat. Like, is it gonna melt the plastic? But I could, if that's like a temporary thing, because you say you're making a new one, like a steampunk case for it, then yeah, it's probably fine. Not pad, stay away from Steam apps. Well, I mean, if it's okay, I thought for a second it was for your son, but it's actually just using your son's throwaway parts. Okay. Also, any kind of long compilation times, like for Rust apps, that would probably not be good for it either, because it's going to use a lot. It's going to heat up a lot. That being said, I imagine that you could probably get away with it in a colder climate. Like if there's good airflow through it, there's probably something to look into there. That's pretty cool. I've never made my own case. I've always just bought cases pre-made for myself. And every once in a while I see those creative videos where people make their own cases, and it always looks so good. Okay, your son has a Ryzen 5 3600 with an AMD RX 5500. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so what is this that we want? So this title will be what is Brooks Builds? And then what if I do another one? And this would be what differentiates us? What makes us different? Okay, so if I just do that, we come back here, build failure. Oh, what do I have? Ooh, good question. It's been a while since we looked into it. For the laptop, it's the 16-inch 2021 MacBook Pro. For the desktop that I have here, it's now been long enough that I forget. Is there like an about your PC? Okay, yeah, so I have an AMD Ryzen 9 3600 12 core. And where is the I don't remember where to find the video card. It's just like the normal stuff. Everything but the video card. Which I also can't remember if I have an AMD or an NVIDIA at the time. Laptop 2013 MacBook Air that has been Arch Linux Core. Nice. How has that been working for you? I figured that 2013, that's old enough that they've solved all of the problems with it by that time. Not even a Mac turn on gong. Oh, so you got rid of the it completely rewrote the, what is it called, the firmware too. Nice. Okay, so yeah, now here we have what is Brooks Builds, what makes us different, and then community driven here. This is great. Now, I think I have center and left as the only titles for this. So I could make this like left, right, and then that would just automatically be left again. Let's actually try writing something in here. So I have BB title like that. Okay, so for the first text here, oh, the bio says years. Nice. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Like especially for something that old is it should be completely broken. If that makes sense. I don't think that's the right word to use. Everybody in the Linux dev world should like have been able to do whatever they want with it by that time. Okay, so BB text. Okay, so what is Brooks Builds? Brooks Builds is fixed. Yeah, maybe that's a good one. That's a good one. Brooks Builds is Brooks Builds started when Brooks okay, how do I want to tell the story? So when I first started Brooks Builds, I was teaching at a code school and I was getting tired of students telling me during it was specifically during what is it called? Courage time. So we had this thing called Courage time where we would tell students, great, you've been working on like JavaScript, you've been working on Node.js with Postgres, you've been doing all this stuff. Now on your own, we now want you to do something for 1 week outside of that. Different language, different something else. We're not going to teach you, build something. You're mostly on your own. We'll give some hints for stuff, but like get out, be courageous. Don't just sit in the one language and framework that you know. And I got sick and tired of enough students coming to me and saying, how can I build an API in, I don't know, Python Flask? I've never used Python before. I don't know Flask. I have to spend like a week learning that before I can build something in it. And eventually I was like, no, you don't. I will let me show you. And I went into a conference room, brought a couple students in there that were like having these problems and just built something in a language and a framework that I had never used before. And I started doing that weekly and it grew and grew and grew until people were like, hey, can you do this on like a live stream so that way multiple people can see it? And that's when I created the Twitch live stream. And then of course I quit that job and I still just did the live stream, but like that's the base of like why I still do all this. And that's why like there's so much live programming on my stream is like that's its core. Okay, so Brooks Build started when Brooks noticed ooh, what if I just start with the story here? So instead of Brooks Build started, because there's already a what is Brooks Build. So Ooh, that's all one line. Okay. Okay, so back when Brooks was teaching coding at a code school, he had a segment called Courage Time. This was a week. This was a week where students were challenged to create something in a language and/or framework they weren't familiar with. The most common complaint was, "I can't build something in a language until I know it. Until I've learned it." Brooks then began his Twitch stream modeling how to learn while doing and called it Brooks Builds. I guess I don't need to go into them. So this this web, this application. So Pwn Writer, hello. How are you doing today? In an unfamiliar language, don't end with. Oh. Yeah. Let's see. This was a week where students were challenged to create something in a language and or framework. Oh, okay, so this was a week where students were challenged to create something in an unfamiliar language and or framework. Yeah, that's a good one. Ooh, familiar with, did not know. I don't know. I don't know. Like it feels like it doesn't flow. I would have to put that back again in the end, right? If it's like did not know. I could do like hadn't heard before, hadn't seen. I would use blind, but that's like that's like the gaming let's play type thing, which like works here on Twitch, but won't work if you're coming from literally anywhere else. Yeah, so I think this in an unfamiliar language, which is exactly what this is, in an unfamiliar language and or framework. So I think I like that. Well, Brooks isn't teaching at that code school anymore. He is still teaching on Twitch and YouTube. Here, let's see. While still teaching on YouTube, where you can watch him use, like, let's see, watch him learn, create projects, as well as the courses available here. And then what makes us different? That was the title. Okay, so what makes us different? Okay, so this LMS learning management system is focused primarily on Brooks's style of education, of teaching. It as such, it is maybe not as such. Since Brooks created this LMS, he has complete control over it, and he has complete control over it and is safe from companies attempting to or companies not attempting, prioritizing selling over teaching. Okay, so if we do that, how does that look? It's not too bad. It is a bit long, so it's going to be a little bit hard to read like on a window this size. And it kind of makes me wonder, because these aren't too long, I could put these into cards and then use something like this. That might work. Let's try that when we come back from the break. So in around 50 seconds or so, that ad break is going to start on Twitch. I skipped the last one and worked straight through it. So this time I want to go grab, I still have more of my my tea, but I'm going to go grab my, I'm going to go use the restroom, walk around a little bit, stretch, go see what was up with the person at the door, and then we'll be back and I'll turn these into cards right below it, and we'll see if we like which one we like the most. So with that being all said and done, Zilby's not here, so I can't really show him off. So I will just be back shortly. All right, see you in a few.